So I thought it was time for another DVD and Blu Ray update. The reason being is I they're very sporadic when I upload these videos, and I was looking back at my previously uploaded videos and was thinking, the last DVD and Blu Ray update I did, I had longish hair and a full beard. Now I just have sort of a scraggly beard and a lot shorter hair, so I thought it's probably about time I did another one. So it's not going to be a massive update because, to be honest, I haven't been buying an awful lot of movies recently. I've been sort of concentrating more on comics and stuff like that. But here goes nothing anyway, and some of these I will have already reviewed here on YouTube. First of all, there's West of Memphis, which is a Peter Jackson produced documentary about the West Memphis 3. That is the case referred to in documentaries like the Paradise Lost trilogy. Essentially, there were 3 young rocker sort of teenagers in Memphis were accused, arrested and charged with the murder of 3 young boys, like little boys, I think younger than 10 years old. Paradise Lost was a documentary that was made about the case, and it went on to suggest that, that these guys are actually innocent, they didn't do it and this is a terrible miscarriage of justice. Now, wherever you sort of stand on the case itself, but what I find interesting about these documentaries is more the sort of damning indictment of the American justice system, especially in the southern states. That's the most interesting aspect for me, because whether or not the guys did it, that's not really the point. For me anyway, it's, how the trial is conducted and how the media coverage affects the trial and stuff like that. That's the aspects of it I found interesting. This documentary is really, really good. It's really interesting, and it shows you aspects that you've not seen in the Paradise Lost trilogy. The only problem with this is they clearly went in thinking that the guys were innocent, and they might be innocent, but I would have preferred a sort of non-bias look at the trial, because it's a little bit too heavy-handed at times in showing, these guys are innocent, we need to get them out. So other than that, I thought it was really, really interesting. Also picked up, you may remember in my last DVD and Blu Ray update, I had chained the Jennifer Lynch movie. Well, I picked up another of her movies, Surveillance, which, to be honest, is a better idea than a movie. The movie itself is pretty shit. There's a couple of good ideas in it, and Bill Pullman's overacting like you've never seen before. He's a few steps away from literally chewing on the scenery. The film itself is predictable. I figured it out in the first sort of 15 seconds, and my suspicions proved to be correct about the twist ending and stuff. And to be honest, I've never read anything about this, so I didn't know beforehand. It's just predictable. It's a bit sort of workmanlike. It's not as clever as it thinks it is, but I didn't dislike it. It's a bit it's a bit nondescript, but if you're curious, I'd recommend checking it out. You'll only ever watch it once, but that only cost very little. It was like £1 something, I think, so no skin off my teeth. Also picked up Bernie, which I've already reviewed here on YouTube, so I don't really need to talk about that. Absolutely loved it. Another I've already reviewed is Compliance, again a film I really, really enjoyed. Now we've just got a couple of steelbooks as well. Picked up the Arrow steelbook release of Foxy Brown. Always wanted to see Foxy Brown. I've always wanted to see Coffee as well, because I do quite like sort of 1970s blaxploitation pictures, and I've not seen any of the Pam Grier ones, and I feel a bit like, maybe I should. So yeah, I picked up Foxy Brown, which is in a very, very nice steelbook. There's the back of it there. Another steelbook I picked up was an Amazon.co.uk exclusive, which I actually thought I missed out on. There's a couple here actually that I thought I missed out on, but managed to get when it came very briefly back in print. And that's Star Trek Into Darkness. There's the front, and obviously it features Benedict Cumberbatch's character. And there's the back. Now, I know that, oh god, there was another shop, was it Entertainment Store did an exclusive one, the steelbook that Sam the Lucha Media Geek picked up. But the reason I got the Amazon one is that it only features the 2D Blu-ray, and because I don't have a 3D TV or Blu-ray player, I didn't see the point in paying more to get the one that included the 3D disc, even if the artwork's different. So, I don't really care enough to buy something with a disc I won't use for the box, but I thought this you know, it was a nice enough case, so picked that up. Another one I thought I missed out on was one that I really wanted to pre-order and it just went out of print before I had a chance, and that was The Rocketeer. This is the Zavvi exclusive. Rocketeer is one of my favourite movies, and to be honest, I do have it on Blu-ray already because the Lucha Media Geek bought it for me for my birthday last year. He actually had to import it because it's not available over here, or it wasn't at the time. Anyway, Zavvi have released an exclusive steelbook with a really cool sort of Art Deco poster design on the front, and there's the back. I really loved this movie, and because I loved it so much I didn't mind sort of double dipping on that, so that's The Rocketeer. And finally is one that I think every man and his dog on here on YouTube in the sort of film community has bought, and that's Iron Man 3. This is the Zavvi exclusive steelbook. There's the back. Sorry, there's the back of the actual steel, and the arc reactor on the front. Now, I loved the movie, and to be honest, I loved it again when I watched it on Blu-ray, and it's still currently my favourite film of the year so far. The only thing is, this steelbook is one disc, and it's the Blu-ray, the 2D Blu-ray. Now, as I said, given the choice, wouldn't go out of my way to buy a steelbook that had the 3D version of the film in. If they have a steelbook with the 2D and a steelbook with the 3D, I'll go for the cheaper 2D one because I don't have a 3D TV. However, this steelbook was like £23.99, it's £24. That's about £5 more than the 3-disc 3D Blu-ray costs in Asda. And to be honest, it's not worth that, you know. I pre-ordered it in the hope that the price would come down and just sort of forgot about it. So don't get me wrong, you know, I really like the movie, I really like the packaging and stuff like that, but for the price you'd expect to get the best version of the movie possible. But you do find with Zavvi that the Disney Blu-rays and DVDs tend to be more expensive, so that's just the way it happens, unfortunately. But if you can find this at about, I'd say, less than 15 quid, then by all means go nuts, but it's not worth £24 for just the 2D version of the film, even if I don't have a 3D player and stuff, but you know, members of my family do, so for that price I'd expect to get the 3D disc in there, but you don't. Anyway, rant over. So that's pretty much everything sort of worth showing that I've bought recently. There will be, I'm going to try and make these videos more regular, so there will be more in the future coming up. Thanks very much guys for watching, I do appreciate it. Please comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.